Greetings. Today we will talk about a paradox that troubles millions of people. From childhood, we were taught a simple formula. To become richer, you need to spend less and save more. Saving, coupons, giving up coffee, buying clothes at sales, this is the classic path to wealth that old-school financial gurus sell us. But let's be honest. Have you ever seen a person who became a multi-millionaire simply because they saved on lattes and bought buckwheat on sale their entire life? Most likely, no, because saving has a mathematical limit. You cannot save more than you earn. But income and capital have no ceiling. And what's most interesting, the path to big money often lies not through asceticism, but through spending. But not just spending. Rather through a completely different philosophy of resource allocation. Today, we will break down the topic, how to spend money to become richer at a molecular level. We will move away from banalities and delve into the psychology, strategy, and mathematics of smart consumption. This video will change your understanding of what it means to buy. Get comfortable. This will be a long and fascinating journey into the world of money. Let's start with a fundamental paradigm shift. Most people perceive money as a finite resource that disappears at the moment of purchase. You gave money, you received a product. The transaction is closed. For a wealthy person, the transaction only begins at that moment. The key difference between poor and rich thinking lies in one question: what is the return on investment? A poor person asks, how much does it cost? A wealthy person asks, what will this give me in the future? Every coin leaving your pocket is a soldier you send to war. You can send him to slaughter by buying a trinket that will depreciate tomorrow, or you can send him to conquer territories that will feed you for years. The process of spending money to get rich is the process of turning dead capital into living, working assets. And it's not just about stocks or real estate. It's about the most important asset, yourself and the system you build around you. If you understand this principle, you will stop feeling guilty about purchases and start profiting from them. The first and most important category of spending that makes you richer is the purchase of your own productivity and energy. Let's delve into the biology of success. Your brain and your body are the main machines for producing money. If the machine is rusty, creaks, and malfunctions, you will never meet your quota. Many people save on food by buying convenience meals, save on sleep by overworking, and save on medicine by postponing doctor's visits until the last minute. This is called taking out a loan from your own future at predatory interest rates. Spending money on quality, nutritionally balanced food is not a luxury, it's an investment. Spending money on a good orthopedic mattress and pillow is buying 8 hours of quality recovery that directly converts into mental clarity the next day. Wealthy people spend huge amounts on preventative medicine, checkups, dentistry, and trainers. Why? Because a day of illness costs them too much. If you earn money with your mind, then any investment that increases cognitive abilities by even 1% pays off many times over. Buying a membership to a fitness club with a pool is not spending on entertainment. It's buying endorphins, dopamine, and testosterone, hormones that are essential for competitive business. Start viewing your grocery and pharmacy receipts as capital investment reports. Let's move on to the second category, which often causes controversy: buying time. Time is the only irreplaceable resource. Money can be earned. Time cannot be returned. The paradox is that poor people sell their time for money, while rich people buy time for money. And here, the concept of opportunity cost applies. Let's say your hour of work is worth $50.
If you spend 2 hours cleaning your apartment, you are essentially paying $100 of your potential income for that cleaning. If you can hire a cleaner for $30, you're making the deal of a century. You're buying $100 worth of value for $30. The $70 difference remains with you in the form of free time that can be spent on learning, strategic planning, or rest, which will increase your effectiveness. Delegation is a powerful tool for enrichment. Ordering grocery delivery instead of going to the store, using a taxi instead of driving in traffic if it allows you to work or study en route, hiring an assistant for routine tasks, all these are ways to buy yourself a life. You should ruthlessly eliminate any tasks whose cost of execution is lower than your hourly rate. By spending money on outsourcing household chores, you free up mental space for ideas that can bring millions. This is not laziness, it's pure mathematics of efficiency. The third pillar on which wealth through spending stands is education and skills. But let's be specific. I'm not talking about useless diplomas or successful success courses. I'm talking about targeted, sniper-like acquisition of competencies. The world is changing at a furious pace. What you knew 5 years ago might be irrelevant today. Spending money on books, seminars, highly specialized courses, and most importantly on personal coaching and mentorship, this is the fastest elevator to the top. Why is mentorship so expensive? Because you're not buying information, you're buying someone else's experience and mistakes. You pay money not to step on the same rake that your mentor stepped on for 10 years. You're buying compressed time. If a $20 book gives you even one idea that brings you $1,000 or saves you a year of life, that's an investment with a 5,000% return. Wealthy people are eternal students. They spend money on access to information that is closed off to most. These can be paid analytical reports, private clubs, or masterminds. Information in the modern world is the new oil, and whoever pays for the quality processing of this oil wins the race. Now let's touch upon social engineering and networking. There's a saying, your network is your net worth, meaning your social circle determines your capital. Many perceive going to restaurants, attending conferences, or golf club memberships as a whim. But approached strategically, it turns into a powerful lever. Spending money to be in the same room with people who are smarter, richer, and more successful than you is one of the best strategies. Buying a ticket to an expensive business conference often pays off not with the content from the stage, but with a single acquaintance made during a coffee break. Inviting a potential partner or mentor to lunch and paying the bill is not spending on food, it's buying loyalty and attention. Wealthy people are generous. They understand the law of reciprocity. By giving small but meaningful gifts, paying bills, organizing events, you create a field of gratitude and obligations around you. People want to deal with those who don't count every penny, who exude abundance. By spending money on building relationships, you create social capital that can be more valuable than gold in times of need. It's an investment in your reputation and your contact list. The next important aspect is tools and environment. Have you heard of Samuel Vimes' boots theory, a character from Terry Pratchett? Its essence is that a poor person is forced to buy cheap boots that fall apart after a season, and ultimately, over 10 years, spends more on footwear than a wealthy person who bought one pair of expensive quality boots. A miser pays twice or even thrice. Spending money on quality items is a way to become richer in the long term. This applies to everything: technology, clothing, work tools. If you work on a computer, buying a powerful laptop will save you hundreds of hours of loading time per year. A comfortable chair will save your back and thousands on doctors. Quality clothing lasts longer and, importantly, creates the right impression of you, which helps in negotiations. This is called the utilitarian value of luxury. You don't need to buy brands for logos. You need to buy quality for durability and functionality. When you surround yourself with reliable things, you stop spending energy fighting household chaos. Your environment begins to support you, not deplete you. Apartment renovations that please you, an ergonomic workspace, a reliable car. All of these are foundations for psychological peace and confidence. Let's delve into psychology and talk about experiences. It's scientifically proven that hedonic adaptation, getting used to things, happens very quickly. A new car brings joy for a month, a new phone for a week. But impressions and experiences become part of your personality forever. Travel, unusual hobbies, extreme sports.
These are expenses that broaden your horizons and brain neuroplasticity. A person who has seen the world, interacted with different cultures, overcome challenges in the mountains or on an ocean wave, thinks on a larger scale. They see opportunities where others see limitations. Investments in experience make you a more interesting conversationalist, a more creative entrepreneur, and a more resilient individual. When you spend money on travel, you're not just moving your body through space. You're breaking routine, resetting neural connections, and often it's in such moments that million-dollar ideas come. Richer becomes the one whose worldview is broader and more complex, and this is only bought through experience. Now let's move on to more complex financial mechanics, the use of debt and leverage. Spending other people's money to get richer is the pinnacle of financial literacy. Most people fear loans like fire because they use them to buy liabilities, televisions, vacations, weddings. This is bad debt. It makes you poorer. But good debt exists. When you take out a mortgage for an apartment that you rent out and the rental payments cover the loan payment, you are using the bank's money to create your own asset. You spend money on servicing the loan, but ultimately become the owner of property that appreciates in value. Business loans for production expansion, purchasing goods, or marketing. These are also ways to spend to get rich. If every ruble of borrowed money invested brings you 1 ruble 20, you should borrow as much as you can carry. But here, risk assessment and financial discipline are critically important. This is an adult game, but it's how truly large fortunes are created. We also cannot overlook the issue of investment automation. Spending money on buying assets should become as much a habit as brushing your teeth. This means setting up automatic deductions from your account to a brokerage account or savings account on payday. You spend this money, it leaves your checking account, you don't see it. But you are buying company stocks, bonds, funds. You are buying a share in the global economy. This is the most direct form of spending money to get rich. The secret here is not in the amounts, but in regularity and compound interest. Even small amounts, invested regularly over decades, turn into enormous capital. You should perceive buying shares not as saving, but as an obligatory expense, like paying a tax on future wealth. First, pay yourself, your investment account, then everyone else. There's another subtle point, spending on experiments and the right to make mistakes. In business and in life, it's impossible to know in advance what will work 100%. Wealthy people allocate a budget for tests. Run a test ad, try a new product, invest money in a risky startup. Most of these expenses will burn up, and that's normal. It's the price for finding a gold mine. If you're afraid to waste money, you'll never find what brings super profits. Treat losses from experiments as tuition for the real university of life. Analyze mistakes, draw conclusions, and try again. He who doesn't spend money on hypotheses stands still. Stagnation is the death of capital. Dynamics, trials, errors, and new attempts, this is the pulse of growth. It's also important to touch upon the topic of charity and philanthropy. Seemingly, this is a pure giving away of money without return. But history shows that practically all great fortunes are linked to charity. Both metaphysics and psychology are at play here. By giving significant amounts, you affirm to your subconscious, I have enough, I am abundant, I can influence the world. This removes internal blocks and fears of poverty. Furthermore, participating in charitable projects introduces you to circles of high society, where issues of a completely different level are resolved. This creates a reputation as a socially responsible leader for you. You don't have to wait until you become a billionaire. Start small. The habit of sharing breaks the vicious cycle of greed and fear of loss, which often prevents people from earning truly big money. And now we come to the concept of smart hedonism. Many people, once they start earning, go overboard and begin buying everything, falling into the trap of lifestyle inflation. They earn more, but also spend more on meaningless things, remaining at the same financial level. The secret is not to deny yourself everything, but to spend on what truly ignites you and ruthlessly cut expenses on what is imposed by society. If you love cars, buy a good car, but save on branded clothing if you don't care about it. If you're a gourmand, go to the best restaurants, but live in a modest apartment if you don't care where you sleep. This is called selective consumption. You direct financial flows to points of maximum pleasure and benefit, ignoring marketing noise. This allows you to feel wealthy right now, without waiting for a six-figure sum in your account while still preserving resources for investments. Let's summarize and gather everything into a single system. Spending money to get rich means constantly increasing the capitalization of yourself and your environment. 1. Body capitalization. Health, energy, appearance. 2. Brain capitalization. Education, skills, mentors. 3. Time capitalization. Delegation, purchasing speed and comfort. 4. Connection capitalization. Networking, relationships, reputation. 5. Environment capitalization. Tools, technology, daily life. 6. Asset capitalization. Buying businesses, stocks, real estate. Every one of your expenses should fall into one of these categories. If you're standing at the checkout and can't explain to yourself how this purchase will make you better, healthier, smarter, or richer in the future, most likely you're just burning money. But how do you start this transition? It's impossible to wake up tomorrow and start spending like a millionaire if you have a middle manager salary. Start small. Conduct an audit of your expenses over the last 3 months. Highlight in red what was wasted: impulsive purchases, unhealthy food, subscriptions you don't use. And now look at where you saved at your own expense. Perhaps you begrudged money for a taxi and got soaked in the rain, then fell ill. Or begrudged money for English courses and didn't get a promotion. Reallocate your budget. Take 10% of your income that you usually spend on entertainment and direct it to a self-development fund. Direct another 5% to delegating your most hated household chore. Taste the freed up time and energy. As soon as you see the first result, for example, thanks to a learned skill you take on a side job, or thanks to delegation you rest and come up with a project idea, your brain will receive positive reinforcement. You'll understand the system works. I want to pay special attention to the fear of spending savings.
Many people are so afraid of a rainy day that they live in perpetual scarcity, despite having money in their account. This fear blocks the inflow of new energy. Money is a flow. It must move. Stagnant water turns a river into a swamp. A reasonable safety net is necessary, usually 3 to 6 months of living expenses, but everything beyond that should be put to work, either in investments or in improving your quality of life to increase productivity. Don't become a Scrooge McDuck hoarding gold. Money is just a tool. A hammer lying on a shelf is useless. It needs to drive nails, build a house. Use money to build your dream home, your career, your life. Another nuance is the quality of information consumed. We've already talked about education, but there's also everyday content consumption. Spending money on ad blocking, YouTube Premium, ad-free subscriptions is also an investment in mental health. Advertising doesn't just distract, it programs you for desires you don't need. By clearing your informational field with money, you maintain focus on your goals. You buy the clarity of your consciousness. This is a non-obvious but very important expense for a modern person. Attention is the currency of the 21st century. Don't let it be stolen for free. If there's an opportunity to pay not to see informational clutter, pay without hesitation. Let's also consider the aspect of appearance and status. Many condemn people for expensive suits or watches, calling it showing off. But in certain circles, it's a uniform. Spending money to match the dress code of the environment you aspire to is a necessity. You are judged by your appearance. This principle hasn't gone anywhere. If you want to attract $1 million in investments, you can't come to a meeting in a stretched-out sweater, unless you're Mark Zuckerberg, of course, but even his t-shirts cost hundreds of dollars. Your appearance conveys your attitude towards yourself and your business. Investments in wardrobe, a stylist, self-care. These are investments in your personal brand. People read nonverbal cues in seconds.
An expensive, well-fitting suit gives you plus 100 points to confidence and plus 50 points to the interlocutor's trust even before you open your mouth. Consider this as the marketing budget for your company called Me. Now let's delve into the topic of family and loved ones. Spending money on children's development, on a partner's comfort, on helping parents, this is also part of a wealth strategy. Peace on the home front is the key to victories on the battlefront. If you have constant arguments at home due to household issues or lack of money, you won't be able to work effectively. Spending on family vacations, a nanny, quality education for children, these are investments in your psychological stability and the future of your dynasty. Furthermore, when you provide your loved ones with a decent standard of living, your motivation to earn grows. You become the leader of the pack, obligated to bring in prey. This is a powerful evolutionary driver. Men and women who take responsibility for their family's well-being often achieve greater heights than singles who live only for themselves. It's important to talk about safety precautions. The concept of spending to get rich can be dangerous if misunderstood. It doesn't justify shopaholism. It doesn't justify loans for a new iPhone if the old one works perfectly, just for the sake of feeling rich. The line is very thin. The difference lies in intent and result. Ask yourself honestly, is this purchase an escape from reality or the building of a new reality? If you buy an expensive item to suppress stress, you are becoming poorer. If you buy it because it genuinely increases your efficiency or opens doors to a new society, you are becoming richer. Develop mindfulness. Keep a spending diary where you record not only the amount, but also the expected effect. And after 6 months, check, did it work or not? In conclusion of this extensive analysis, I want to tell you the following. Wealth is not a number in an account. It's a mindset and a way of acting. The number is just a side effect. Stop fretting over every penny. Stop choosing the cheapest item on the menu. Stop enduring discomfort for the sake of saving. Start respecting yourself and your resources. Money comes to those who know how to manage it, who are not afraid to let it go, knowing that it will return with profit. Start investing in yourself today. Buy that book you've long wanted. Enroll in that course. Go to a good doctor. Invite a successful person to lunch. Start spinning this flywheel. At first, it will be scary. It will seem like money is slipping through your fingers. But very soon, you will notice how the quality of your life, your energy, and consequently, your income changes. You will move from the league of survivors to the league of creators. Remember, the best investment you can make is an investment in your own ability to earn. Everything else, inflation will eat it. The market will crash. Things will break. But your skills, your experience, your connections, your health, and your mental flexibility will stay with you forever. This is true wealth that cannot be taken away. Spend wisely, spend tastefully, spend strategically, and get richer every day. Thank you for taking the time for this deep dive. If these ideas resonated with you, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future analyses. See you at the top.